Yeah, this is JD79. People are going to be just saying the consumers are, saying the consumers and the developers and publishers, they don't care about the used game market. But we have to have the drawing the line stuff because I mean, the physical media that we buy today, like a Sega Saturn games, because people buy used Saturn because I mean people like to explore the older things and they get to have the real feel of the retro past and like this. But the thing of it is that I do understand about people, you know, going out there and saving a few bucks of buying it used, and like waiting for a couple of weeks over, and then we buy it used for a few bucks, like that. But the thing of it is that if you put locks on the disc and make it non-transferable, it really ruins the resale value of the games towards consumers like this. I think I understand about, you know, GameStops and other things selling at $5, and then of course I do buy games new for newer games. But first things first is that I mean there has to be a cap on you know, you can't make money forever. I mean you still got to you still have to have the incentive to create some new stuff and for the future. I mean that's probably one of the points over here, but I'll just settle for, I mean, online, you know, servicing like this for the first couple of years. I mean, but if you want to, if people just decide to go greedy and lock the entire game, so I can't resell it at all, I mean, that's the point where it's unacceptable. The online portion is acceptable as long as people can, you know, purchase it a little bit in the future, and make it limited to, like, you know, games that are like less than like 4 or 5 years old, because I mean eventually they're going to close the they're going to be closing the servers for that game anyway. Like, you know, NHL Online, they're probably going to lock it. They're probably going to be on no online service anyway. You know, much like, you know, Microsoft, they're going to be closing Xbox 360 and older games in the future anyway, like that. I mean, putting online passes, I don't care for it. I don't care if they put online pass to charge for stuff for used games purchases anyway, because basically used sports games just don't have any it seems to be just don't have any value into it. People just don't care for used sports games like this. But you know, like I said, they're going to be probably closing a lot of online. I mean, online portions are probably just going to be useless in about 4 or 5 years anyway. I don't care if they just put online pass anyway. But the fact is, if they just want to go beyond that and lock offline portions of the game to use game purchases, that's just unacceptable, because it has value towards consumer and retail value towards our consumers as a whole. And many people like to collect games. It just also, from a collector's point of view, it just also ruins the collection value of the discs. And see, that's the point. But if publishers and developers just want to go beyond that and lock offline portions of the disc, that's just plain unacceptable. And well, that's all. Well, if it's an online pass and just, you know, online content only, I feel that acceptable. But as long as they can make it free after like 5 or 6 years, because I mean it does have its they will have to understand that discs have value to consumers and towards other ones as well in the future. And but if they want to go ahead and say lock even portions of offline content and make it less, or take some weapons away, or reduce functionality towards them, I don't think it's acceptable. I mean, you buy a car has value. If you buy a PS3, what if I buy a PS4 and says, oh, you can't resell it? I mean, suppose suppose you have a limited edition PS4 and I can't buy my friend's PS4 because I mean my thing's broken like this. I mean I'm talking value, ma'am. It degrades the value and it hurts the value of the game's consumers. Therefore, they understand if they lock the resale value of it, it really hurts consumers. Because it hurts the future of the games. But that's all I have to say about it. I mean, I have mixed feelings a bit. Just as long as they unlock the disc fully after like 4 or 5 years. I mean, I know it's a double-edged sword. It blocks the sale of newer used games. But I'm talking games for like 5 or so years from now. If they want to lock us out from buying used games to keep the disc locked 5 or 10 years from now, I mean, I don't accept. That's what the dark side is, man. And well, that's all I have to say. That's just my reactions of right now. People just putting the online pass like this, and well, that disc better be fully playable like 5 or 10 years down the line, because many people like to play it with the original discs instead of like this. But the more original the disc, the more value is into it. Well, it's my reactions, and JD out.